Welcome back to the GSL. It is freezing in Korea.
It's so cold.
It is so cold, guys. As I walk around, I believe the technical term is a nerdsicle.
A nerdsicle.
Or a nerd pop. It depends.
I see. Well, I don't have any clever comeback. I'm sorry.
That's fine. So we're going to go into Lucira against Parting, and this is going to be awesome. I am super pumped about this because Lucira is showing his style has evolved. He's not stagnant strategically.
No, Lucira is looking great. I'm excited to see his ZVP here today against Parting, and I'm excited actually to see what Parting does. You know, I could definitely see him doing a Mortal Push on a few of the maps, but definitely not all of them, and he's shown, especially in the Blizzard Cup, that he is so much bigger than just the Immortal Push in this matchup. He can do absolutely anything.
All right. Lucira against Parting. If Lucira wins this, he's out of control, man.
Yeah, and okay, what do you think is going to happen? Who wins?
Actually, to be honest, I think Parting wins 2-0. Can I be totally honest with you? I just think Parting wins 2-0, but
I think this is, and Parting is one of my favorite players, but I think Lucira is going to take this 2-1.
Wow.
He looks better to me than Parting today.
All right, let's do this, guys. We're going on. The winner of this best of 3 moves on to the round of 16 of the most competitive esports show in the world, the GSL. Whip, 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 whip. Gotta remember to download that song.
Oh.
You can laugh right there. I saw you trying to hold it back.
Make that sound again so I can use Shazam and figure out what song it is.
In the bottom right, we have... You use Shazam. I use SoundCloud, actually.
To find out with like the app on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that one is.
Oh, I guess that's probably just like another one. Over here in the upper left, the world champion, he is...
SK Telecom team, Parting.
But I'm so hipster that most of the songs that I hear playing, I try to get him to find it. It's...
Well, it's because you're always just making the sound effects yourself with your mouth into the phone.
Yeah, man. That's how I do it, dude. When I try to find that dubstep, I'm like, wow.
Thing is, like, it'll bring up something that's really bad.
There's some good stuff out there. Some good dubstep, out there, but there's a lot of bad dubstep out there.
There's quite a few. There's dubstep tasteless, which I really like, and then there's dub trip, which is just garbage.
You know what's funny is when you said dub trip, I was thinking about saying something dub trip. As I was thinking about like bad, what bad dub trip is.
What's bad? What's
dub
you
trip?
Step poorly, you trip.
It's dub fall down the stairs. How about that one? That's when you really misstepped.
Dub step into a wood chipper and lose your leg.
That's so dumb. Dub step into a wood chipper and lose.
Yeah, man. That's the worst dub step right there. Okay.
All right.
So we actually have this is super interesting because Parting is actually going for a gateway opening, and Lucira hasn't scouted that he's not going Forge Expand, but he already got his gas. So this is the best possible situation for Lucira ever.
Yeah.
If you can get quick speed against a gateway opening, because the counter, as soon as you see that they actually went gateway instead of Forge, bam, you throw down the gas, you get speed. I mean, Parting has to execute perfectly. He's going to have to spend a ton of money on a wall to wall completely, because normally you don't have to wall completely right away because it takes him a while to get speed. But that speed is going to be up so fast. This is, if I'm Parting here and I scout that he already has his gas, I'm like, oh! Just like that.
No, I know. You know, like some people can explain things through artistic dance. You can explain things through sounds out of your mouth. You're like, I was like, oh.
Well, that's normally how humans do it. Like right now, I'm explaining.
Oh, I meant without words. I just meant like groans and.
Okay. Well, like old language.
Basically, Parting's gonna be like, oh, and then Lucira's gonna be like, huh.
Yes.
Right.
Basically. All right. Well, we have a couple queens on the way. Speed is already on the way, and the drones are all off gas. He's going to have to spend on his whole wall. But map control is going to go to Lucira, and it's going to be basically impossible to I mean, normally when you do a gateway expand, you go out with like oftentimes a 5-gate timing attack. Just because you want to put pressure on as quickly as possible. Now, he does have a well-hidden probe that hasn't been found yet. So that could help him to execute something
I think that
this.
probe's about to be found right now.
Oh my god, it's just barely dodging.
Yeah,
I'm like
actually,
watching on the minimap.
Yep, we just missed it, but it just barely...
Okay, well, he sees that there's a third. That's what he wanted. But is he going to go into like a 5-gate or something like that? Or is he going to try to tech up from here? Because I tell you, the gateway expands. Oh, it forge. Okay, so he's going to tech up a bit. That forge is so that he can start as +1 and actually get into a longer game rather than just trying to rely on a very quick attack. And I mean, this is the right choice just because he already has speed. Like, the odds of a quick attack working very low.
Okay, forge is almost done. Another gas coming down here for the Zerg. And I think you highlighted this really well, Artosis. I mean, the Zerg guy has a lot of freedom right now.
Yeah.
With the ling speed, we're probably not needing that many lings. Be able to get the hatchery.
Totally.
You know?
I mean,
so if the party moves out, that's fine. He makes lings. If he doesn't, that's fine. He makes drones. Either way, he's fine.
Exactly. And he's going to know because he's already eliminated all probes on the map. He has both watchtowers. I mean, this is a good situation for Lucero.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh my god.
Party is up.
Free scan. Well, not scan, but scout. Well, that's what it is, man. It's still free scan.
It's like free mule. I'm like, no, that's well, that was a scan he could have spent on mules or
It's a really good situation.
He has a complete and total idea of what party is capable of doing right now.
He sees sentries. He sees the +1 on the way. He sees a robo. So from the robo, it's like, well, there could be a warp prism coming. There could be some weird new immortal push coming. Probably not, though. Or he could be going for a third base. And those are really the only options here. And
as you can see now, walling this off, taking the third. You know, I will say if there's a person that could still engineer a comeback, it's Party, but I feel like Party's not normally a person that plays from a deficit and wins.
Well,
he's normally a guy that starts even and then gets ahead and then wins, so
well,
we'll see.
He did this build with some sort of plan in mind.
Sure.
And I don't know exactly what that plan is, but he's going to show us, so that's fine. And
I don't know if he...
Oh, look at that. He's going to just barely get that one. Forces some force fields.
And there's more lings coming. You notice he's breaking up the lings into little groups here. I thought he was going to attack a little bit more there and try to do that again, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
You got to be careful. If there's like a Zealot in that group, he probably doesn't lose that sentry. And in fact, if the force fields went a little bit better, he doesn't lose any sentries either. So you got to be careful on how you utilize your larva and your units. Now, we do have Colossus Tech on the way, the third base, as well as Twilight, whereas Lucera is really focusing on his Zerglings, just now getting that layer. It's almost done, but really focusing on getting a lot of lings right
he's going to come in here again. He needs to back out, though.
Yeah,
that was not worth it.
See, this is the Zealots
really bad,
slaughtering here, and just absolutely not what Lucera wanted to do.
Stalker's like, guys, help.
Well, there's more lings still moving up. So Lucera, I mean, he's still making lings, man. He's still trying to do some sort of.
I don't know if he should have done this. I think he could have actually just taken a fourth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it'd be really early, but the way this game started out, it's kind of weird.
I think I have to agree with you on that. Well, I guess he thought, well, there's so many different areas to run up with speedlings. There's no way you can cover them all. But so far, pretty good. And well, this
force fields are working out surprisingly well.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job with them.
Now going over here trying to get some probes, which is not going to be particularly effective either. In fact, I think he's only gotten one so far.
Yeah, I felt like Lucera had such a nice opening.
I think he's sort of thrown this away.
Yeah, and he just continues to throw ling after ling after ling.
When you consider that Protoss is losing virtually nothing.
Yeah, he's barely losing any probes. He's using force field energy, but I don't think he really cares about that much right now. You know, especially since he's going Colossus against a Ling-only player at the moment. But Lucera is going up into Infestor Tech. And I would say that now is probably the time for him to think about taking that fourth you were talking about earlier, Tasis.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the supply too, it's 197 to 112. Excuse me, 112 or 206. Yeah, you consider how many lings were lost, and those could have been drones, or going towards his tech. He could have had a supply lead and a tech lead and an expansion lead. So that was not the best move there by Lucira. It really was not.
Yeah. Well, this is like an interesting follow-up that he's doing here. He's getting the Baneling Nest, he's going Infestors, and 3 base Hive. Now, let me check what Parting's scouting is. He doesn't know about the Hive. In fact, he doesn't really have much scouting going on at all right now.
I don't even know if this is like worth it, what he's doing here.
Yeah. Like, he's, I think right now he's trying to keep Parting in his base as much as possible. Now, I like that one quite a bit more. That's, he's trying to get something done. He's trying to keep Parting back, but Parting right now has an observer making its way across the map. He still doesn't know, though, about the Hive timing, and that might catch him a little bit off guard.
All right, he's shown that he's got blink. Gonna keep pushing down here now.
Ultra Scabbard.
All right. Neato. Now, that's going to make that large group of sentries, their force fields, pretty much useless.
Yeah.
It's going to void out any efficacy from the force fields.
Yeah, and don't forget how powerful, with your first hit, that Speed Banelings and Ultras can be together. Because basically, anything that's good against Ultras, the Speed Banes are going to do well against. Because you're not going to have Immortals in your army at this point.
That is true.
So, this is a kind of cool situation.
He needs to blink on that, like now.
Picking off some Infestors. Big
nice.
Moves. Still some okay chain fungals. And wait, did he get the sentries? Just barely didn't get the sentries. Some of them very, very low.
Now notice this, he's not making the ultras right now. He's making only lings.
Yeah.
Which means the force fields are going to be effective. Here come the Banelings now, but
Speed
remember,
is almost up and not quite. Oh god, he has to back up. He has to back up.
Sick.
Yeah, he backs up. And he needs to stay back because there's so many force fields still left over. Those chain fungals that got the sentries, he could have maybe taken this out, but as
he's blinking on top of the Banelings.
Very well done.
Oh my god. This is so well done, GG.
Okay.
That was very impressive.
You know what? This was a very interesting game.
Yeah, it really was.
Lucira spent too much on aggression, and that was like freestyle aggression that wasn't practiced probably very much because he probably practiced mostly against Forge Expanse there. So that's one thing I see with Zerg players quite often. When your opponent goes for a really quick third, as in PvZ, they probably know how to stop really quick aggression against it. So it's dangerous to sometimes do that. But, he overcommitted with Ling some. If he had, like, 2 Ultras with that army somehow,
he could have won that fight.
He would have broken the force fields.
He would have stepped on it and would have won. That's it.
Yeah.
That's actually all there is to it. Not Lucira's game.
Interesting, though. I love the style he's trying to bring out. I feel like that game could have been epic, but it just wasn't.
Well, it was starting out really interesting, and then I think Lucira made a series of poor choices because he was probably unfamiliar with the situation he was in.
Yeah. Well, you saw that when he was making pure lings and the army was coming, he actually messed up the Infestors a little bit. He was trying to chain fungal the sentries and kill them. If he had done that, he still breaks the army. And if you break that army one time and you have 4 bases with Hive, you're basically good to go.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, that's like some scary stuff that he can lose that many lings early on and still almost
wreck him.
Like, literally one more fungal and there's not nearly as many force
One
fields.
funny thing about StarCraft, too, is that sometimes it's almost easier to screw up a game and lose when you're way, way ahead in a weird situation than it is when you're in a standard game you're used to playing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it because, if it's a standard game you're used to playing, you know how it plays out, you know the things to do to win and the things to do to lose. But when you go into these weird spots, then it becomes this kind of game where both players are improvising quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or if you have like a weird style like Byun, for instance, he's not improvising because he plays against everyone all the time with that style, whereas players that play against him are the ones improvising.
I love the blinking on top of the Banelings. Basically, if you blink into the middle of a group of Banelings, you're going to force so many Banelings to detonate.
Yeah.
It's so smart.
That is so true. Banelings do not get a damage bonus against Stalkers, so always a very useful thing to do if those Banelings are on attack move or just sitting there, anything like that.
Our map is going to be Cloud Kingdom, chosen here by Lucira. Interesting that he chose that map. I really did not see that coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's
right.
that is interesting, actually. You're right.
Let's get ready, guys. Remember, the winner goes on to the round of 16 here at GOMTV.net.